suscribiéndote para más contenido del Depredador.
So the hunter returned to the hunt. This was a different jungle from that which it had left behind, and the natives had forged new weapons from the hunting gear it had foolishly dropped 100 years ago. I imagine how it must have burned at the devil, having survived a century of whatever hellish exile its kind used as punishment, to be sent back here with only the tools of an unblooded youngster, to have to prove itself all over again. Even the fiercest hunter needs a camp to come back to. The Devil's clan brothers must have had their own ship, still hidden somewhere in our city, and would doubtless have left tracks for one of their kind to follow to their lair, if ever they got lost in this concrete jungle. The trail led here to an abandoned church where the dead men lost themselves in drugs and noise. Little did they know that their choice of sanctuary would be their undoing.
What does it want from me?
Imagine deer picked up rifles and turned them on their hunters. That's what's happening here. The Prometheus tech we've been supplying is derived from weapons these creatures left here 100 years ago. We've stolen the secret of fire from the gods.
If it wants Prometheus tech, it can bid for it like the Utani Corporation, Wayland Industries, or anybody else. Daddy, we can sell Mother and Prometheus for billions of dollars. You have to let me close a deal here before things get any worse. We could walk away from this shithole forever.
You have no idea what you're talking about. Mother is so much more than you know. You're a clever girl, Lucretia. All of this will be yours when I'm gone. But right now, your job is to get the gangs back in gear and the merchandise moving again. Leave the rest of this to Mother and to me.
It's turf and blood. That's the law of the jungle. Behind all your fancy hotels and your diamond parlors, turf and blood, O'Brien. That's why they all want a piece of Bruno Borgia. In this jungle, I'm the ultimate fucking predator. The king of the beasts.
I couldn't have put it better myself, Bruno.
Now I got me a devil from hell breathing down my neck. I've been saving for the night. For this judgment we're laying down, the city's gonna look a whole lot better coming from you guys. Did your boys bring my Isabella to the museum like I said? Sure, I set her up myself, Bruno. She's safe inside. You know you can count on me, big fella. Yeah, so long as I keep supplying the whores and the liquor, right, O'Brien? Well, here's where you earn all the privileges. I want every gangster in this town and all their bosses bleeding in the gutters when the dawn comes up, you understand? I want to walk out of there, carry my newborn son in my arms like he's a prince. I want to see the streets running red with the blood of my enemies. You got that, Mr. Police Chief? And no playing fair with the mix. Me and Broken Face Phillies boys have what you might call religious differences going back a long time. Sure, it will only be settling old scores. The scum, no one hit him. Good. I want fire and brimstone. And devils. I'm a religious man too, see?
Fire and brimstone. No problem. I don't know that I can guarantee any devils, mine, but...
There'll be devils, don't you worry about that. Me and the boys will look after Isabella from now on. You go set New Way on fire for me.
Boss of this city, you ugly son of a bitch!
You think that makes you the boss now? Something about this creature was different. Unlike the hunting parties of young males we'd captured before, this one was older, stronger, a veteran of battles we cannot imagine, unknown battlefields where only the strongest and most savage of killers can survive. I'm a little concerned they may have underestimated the anesthetic dose. And then, as soon as I saw it, I knew. Scarface. After all those years, those decades, how could I ever forget? How could it ever forget what I'd done to it? see. I suppose you think you've got me just where you want me now, but say hello to my little friends. Have fun together. Mighty Bruno Borgia fathered a stunted weakling who should have died in his mother's arms. But you made him strong. You made all of this, and me. You are the father of Neonopolis, as I am its mother. Can't you see why I brought you here like a flower brings a bee? We only had that one night, but I never did get over you.
Said you'd die to protect me. Well, now's your chance. Mighty Bruno Borgia fathered a stunted weakling, but you made him strong. Mighty Bruno Borgia fathered a stunted weakling, but you made him strong.
like si esta cacería te gustó. Únete al clan suscribiéndote para más contenido.